And the head coach of the Huskies, Chris Peterson, fresh off the practice field, joins us here on Pac-12 Network. Coach, congratulations not only on the season, looking forward to seeing you in person once again at the Rose Bowl in just a couple days. But look, this class is terrific. I know we're going to spend a lot of time dissecting it, but it's funny because I think back to the first signing day when you popped on our show as the head coach and you said how important it was to put a fence around the entire state. I noticed that the fence has expanded just a little bit. State of Hawaii, and all of a sudden you got 5 guys now from the island that are making their way to Seattle. That has nothing to do with you wanting to head there, right? To grab some sun?
Well, Hawaii, I don't know if you know your geography or not. Hawaii at one time was part of Seattle, and then when the earthquake hit, it just tore away from us, so we just counted it as part of us.
I like that. I did not pick that up in my geography classes way back in the day, so I will make it a point to go back and message some of my old professors with regard to that. But how important was it for you to kind of expand here? Because as time has moved on, your class has just gotten better and better.
Well, we just feel like our recruiting footprint is in the West. I mean, that's kind of who we are. You know, we're up and down the coast, into Oregon, Arizona, Hawaii, maybe a little bit in Texas, and that's kind of where we are. Now we have a connection somewhere, across the country that's a strong connection, and then we'll recruit there as well. But we just kind of know who we are and operate in the footprint that we've always operated in because it's always been good to us, and we love the coaches in there, and we know them, and that's how we go.
Coach, I love the last 2 years and the defensive line that you guys have recruited. You talked about Hawaii. I hope I get the young man's name right, but Fatui Talea. I don't know. I think I got that one right. But when I look at the group of the defensive line, him, Samapama, and company, when we look at that group for you, what do you expect them to do, and why have you made such an emphasis there over the last 2 years?
We're expecting them to do what you're seeing on the TV right now. We need them to create havoc, get to the quarterback, negative plays. We do. We feel really good about our lines on both sides of the ball. You know, you just talked about those guys on the defensive side of the ball, and there's some stout guys there. And we really feel the same on the offensive line as well. And, big guys are hard to find. And we feel like we really found about 8 big guys that we really like.
I love that. Speaking of guys you really like, I got a feeling you really like Dylan Morris because you had offered him when he was an underclassman in high school. This is a young man who grew up loving the dogs, going to games, and now you get him coming in mid-year to compete for a job that has been solidified, obviously, with Jake Browning over the last 4 seasons. What do you love about this young man coming to your school?
Yeah, we've been around Dylan for a long time and got to watch him a lot. He's been in our camps, 7-on-7. We watch so many of his games. He makes all the throws. He's under center. You don't see that a lot. He's in the shot. He does it all. And so the offense kind of fits what we like to do. And he's an accurate thrower, and he gets the ball out quick.
Coach, Yogi hit on the front 4 and how difficult it is to consistently move the ball against your defense. But it also seems like every year we're talking about the guys on the back end. We're talking about the guys this year, and Jordan Miller, Byron Murphy, Taylor Rapp. These guys are outstanding players, some of which you may lose. So can you talk about the significance of adding guys like Trent McDuffie and both the Camerons at safety?
Absolutely. I mean, that was a critical piece for us because we expect these guys to come in and really, truly compete to play early. We have some good players back there. We got some guys moving on. And so we're going to need some of these young guys to come in and get in the mix in a hurry. And we feel like these guys can do that.
Coach, you often talk about OKGs, and I know at times we'll reference Mike as being one of those, but to me, I look at Joshua Calvert as like the ultimate OKG. Played quarterback for his team when he needed to, played linebacker, defense. It seems like he did anything necessary. Does he fit the prototype for exactly what you're looking for when you talk about an OKG?
I love it. You nailed it, Yogi. He does. I mean, is that just not so old school as well? I mean, he's the quarterback just slinging it, and then he goes on the other side of the ball and plays middle linebacker, and he's all over the field, and he's a really good student, and he just does all those things, and he's just he's got great energy being around him. He's a leader type guy. He's everything that, we're looking for. We're really excited to get him.
Yeah, OKG. I mean, you think about the things that I do: clipboard holder, water boy. I mean, I cover the bases for you, Coach.
Hey, let's just leave it where Yogi left it and move on. Don't let me get into details.
Probably the best way to describe it. Coach, congratulations, not only a Pac-12 championship, but a Rose Bowl appearance. We will see you down in Pasadena.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on.